Two, one, two, one, two. We are here. We are live. Allow a few folks to start signing in here. All right. There we go. Welcome. I'm just going to allow about 1 minute for a few of you to start chiming in. We are at the Manifest Conference 2024. Manifest 2024. The inaugural Manifest Conference. All right. A few people to start logging in here. There we go. Come on in the room. So just start coming on in. All right. So we are at the Manifest Conference 2024. This is the panel that we promised you. We even have a special guest on the panel, but we are here with Mr. Bill Kitty. I got you. Ken's Four Seasons. A few other things. He's going to talk about what he does. I'll give him a chance to talk about that in a moment. We got Coach Darwin. Got Coach Darwin with us, and he's the man of the hour. You're going to hear a lot from him. We got Monty with us, well known in the city of Milwaukee. Just a great all-around guy. We've got some very good gentlemen here for the Manifest Conference 2024. They have come and they are here to tell us certain things that is going to benefit us in our finances. So before we get going, let's get some introductions going. All right.
I'm Monty Mayra, founder of Voice of the Fatherless Child. I do family reunification, youth development, domestic counseling, substance abuse counseling, marriage counseling, among a number of other things.
Okay.
All right, my name is Darvin Moore. They call me Coach. I'm a financial strategist, business strategist. I'm from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia now. I've helped tens of thousands of people get to the next level, understand how finances work, understand how credit works so they can live a better life. Okay, I've formed hundreds of companies. I've coached hundreds of individuals with businesses and help them get to the next level, just to name a few. And I have 10 children, so that's a lot of work.
Well, with 10 children, you definitely got to get your finances in order. So I understand the motivation.
That's it.
That's
it.
I'm Ken Bell, the owner of Ken's Four Seasons Group. Born and raised here in the city of Milwaukee. Been in business for 20 years. I not only do landscape construction, I have a lot of other endeavors that I deal with, and we'll expound on them later on. But it's a pleasure being here amongst these giants today. And if you stick around, you're in for a good treat. And we're going to spit some knowledge out there, and we'll pass this mic.
I am Dr. Mario Dickens, the conference host for the Manifest Conference 2024 in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's right here in your city. If you are watching this, you still have time to get down here tonight. 8265 West Brown Deer Road. We got Pastor James Buford. We have Prophet Jeremy Butler all the way from New York. He has flown in. We've got Coach Darwin here from Atlanta, Georgia. And as you heard, over 10,000 businesses and more have been serviced and satisfied by the teaching and instructional knowledge of this great man. And so we're going to turn it over to him and just learn and gain whatever knowledge we can on tonight. I'm going to be watching the comment section for questions. If you have a question for Coach Darwin and you want it answered on tonight, we're going to periodically ask you for questions. And if you comment, I'm going to see them. I'm going to make sure that he gets your question. And if we don't get to it on this broadcast, he will have access to you afterwards. Turn it to his hand.
All right. So I guess I can just start talking.
Yes,
Is that right, Mario?
Do your thing.
All right, so listen, guys, I'll tell you a little bit about my background. I've been an entrepreneur all my life since the age of 17. And I started off as a barber. And I seen this guy. He came into the barbershop, and he made about $400 or $500, Mario, in 5 minutes. And I'm cutting his rent. He had some merchandise,
All
and
right.
I'm cutting here. It would take me all week to make that money. So what I did was I started having merchandise in the barbershop in the back of my stall. I had some merch, so I started making money. And so I turned from a barber to a barber / shop. I had a barber shop, and then I had a shop where I was selling merchandise. And what happened was I hit this glass ceiling. I was only able to make so much money because I needed more money. I needed some money. I started doing wholesale distribution. You remember that, don't you?
Yeah, I
Well,
remember it very well.
Yeah, and so I needed more money. And I would borrow money from my uncles and my aunties, and they must never had a bank account, my uncles and aunties. Come to think of it, they didn't, because they charged me a whole lot of money. They charged me more than the banks. And I was thinking at the time that was good. But when I started doing some research and I said, hey, well, you can borrow money at, 10%, 15%. My uncle was charging me 50%, right? And so what I did was I started going to the banks. Went to the bank, I said, hey, banker, I need some money so I can grow my business. I want to open another barbershop. And the banker said, okay, Darvin, let me take a look at your credit report, right? So they looked at the credit report. They said, Mr. Moore, today your scores are, the scores right now is about 600, 610. You got a couple collections on the credit report. How about you pay this and this off and come back and see me? So I did exactly what the banker told me to do, to the point. And I came back to see her, and my scores were the same. And she said, well, Darvin, your scores is the same. It ain't nothing I can do for you. And I was saying, well, I did exactly what she asked me to do. What I realized is that the bankers don't even understand the information.
Mm-hmm.
She was trying to do the best she can. She wanted to help me. It wasn't that. It was that she really didn't understand how it worked. I eventually got the access, right, because I was determined.
Persistent.
And that banker is my client today, actually, too. Yeah, 20 years later, yeah, she's my client. And she sends me clients as well, people that come into the bank that's having issues and may not be able to get the access, she'll send them to me because of the strategies and stuff. And so that was the beginning, me understanding that they didn't know. And I needed some more money after a couple of barbershops. I needed some big money, not the 10s and 20s and 30Ks. I needed some real money. And so that was another play. I would go to different individuals that say they could get you access and do this. And I lost so much money. So many people scammed.
Oh, yeah.
I said, well, I have to figure this out. Right? I got to figure it out, because one thing I knew is that it was real. That they doing it, they getting some money, they got a new house, they got a new car, they got excellent credit. So I knew that there was ways that you can get there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so eventually I figured it out, after losing a lot of money. And what I came to realize is that we really don't understand how this works. We think we understand how it works. Grown folks, right? We think we understand how everything works. I was at a workshop in California. They invited me to come out and speak. I was the global coach, right?
Okay.
And it was millionaires, number millionaires in the audience. This was one of my wealthy friends. And it's about 40 or 50 millionaires in the audience. And it was a cameraman too. He was the only one that wasn't a millionaire. And they asked the question, they said, Darvin, what do you think the single most thing that entrepreneurs today need to be able to be effective or to be competitive in this business world? And I said, by a round of hands, I want everybody to raise their hand who all know the 5 components of credit, right? And we're talking millionaires, right, in the audience. Only one person raised their hand. And you know who that was? The cameraman, right?
Okay.
And so those that's listening today and those that's in the audience, The components of credit is a very important thing, right? Because 5 components to credit. The components to credit actually helps you, for lack of better words, understand how to manipulate the credit score. Okay? So it's 5 components. I like to always think of it like the family of 5. Mic check. Yeah, so I always like to think about the components of credit as the family of 5. Anybody in the audience know the components of credit? Yeah, tell me a couple. Come on, let's go. You on that phone? Don't cheat. No cheating. Yes, you. Give me the 5. Give me some.
Well, your utilization.
Okay, but it's a word for it.
Word for utilization.
Yeah. Well, utilization. We'll take that. What's next?
Utilization.
Payments.
Your
Okay.
payment history. Yeah.
Yeah. So payment history, guys, is the biggest factor. It's 35% of your credit score. That's a third. That means if you miss a payment, boom, you lose up to 100+ points just for a missed payment. Why? Because it's 35% of your score.
Okay.
This is why you have to make sure you pay and you pay on time. Because if you don't, you're out the game.
Yeah.
Right? You're not gonna get low interest rates. You're not gonna get no access. Be late and watch.
Mhm.
Right? So the next factor is what you said, is utilization. Right? I like to always tell us revolving accounts, because sometimes people get confused with utilization. So 35% is payment history. Y'all should be writing this down, because this is the law, right? And 30%, the 30% is utilization. I like to say revolving accounts or credit cards, okay? 30% of your overall score is credit cards, okay? This is how or why. Let's say, for example, Mario has a 750 credit score. Congratulations, Mario, for the credit score. And let's just say that he had only one credit card that had a $1,000 limit. Okay? Congratulations, Mario. Now, let's say that he don't have a balance on that credit card. His score is 750. If Mario uses half of that credit card, let's say 500, his 750 starts going down, probably to about 700 or the high 6s.
Okay.
Just because that this is that 30% we're talking about. So how you use that credit card adjusts the scores. And this is why Mario should have more than $1,000 credit card. This is why Ken should have more than 1,000. This is why Brother Monty. Why? Because if Mario uses 500, his scores tank. But what if he had 50,000 in available credit on credit cards? Now he can use 1,000, 2,000, and still be okay. Y'all follow me? Because one thing for sure, Mario may want to go buy a car or a house next month, right? So he shouldn't have to worry about what his scores is looking like, because he should always pay attention to that and make sure that that utilization is where it needs to be. So 30% should be 30% is utilization, okay? This is why if you don't have a credit card on your credit report, come on guys, you need one, because it's 30%. Credit cards will boost your scores, right? The utilization just needs to be down, okay? So another factor, that was 2, payment history is utilization. Another factor is length of history, okay? How long have you had credit? That is very important and key, especially for individuals that's trying to get access to money from the bank. The length. Right? When my son was 18 and a half, he had a 780 credit score, right? He had access to, approximately $100 and some thousand because of what we understood. But the average 18-year-old can have a 700+ credit score, but no history, right? So for example, if I have a 750, you have an 18-year-old with a 7, let's say he have an 800. That doesn't necessarily mean that his credit is better than mine.
Right.
Okay.
He has a higher score. That doesn't necessarily mean he's going to get a higher limit than me. 9 times out of 10, he won't.
Right.
You follow me?
Mm-hmm.
So history is key. A lot of banks, and I know you guys know this from the business perspective, like some banks say you have to be 2 years in business before I give you some of this money. right? So the same concept, same thought paradigm when it comes to history from the personal credit standpoint. Okay, so
what if you got bad history?
yeah, that's a great question. You got bad history, then the first thing, where's the young lady? I forgot. Yoshi. Where Yoshi go? So if you have bad credit or bad history, that's number one. You gotta pay attention to that and do what? Dispute it. Okay? You dispute it every 30 days until it's off the credit report. You follow me? All negative information, since Monty asked that, listen guys, all negative information can be removed.
Say that again.
All negative information can be removed. And you also say, come on guys, I need it in here. All negative information can be removed, right? Brother Ken, can bankruptcies be removed?
Yes.
Can child support be removed?
Yes.
Can collection? Yes. All. I know you didn't say no, and I just said all. You
Not
see,
some,
but
but
this is
all.
why it's important to have these kind of classes. Because now she know all. Because maybe it was something in her mind that told her no. So if you got negatives, guys, don't play games.
What about school loan?
What about school loan?
Can they be removed?
Bam.
Oh.
Can school loans be removed?
Please say yes.
Yeah. See, hopefully, I'm not doing a good job of teaching you.
Student loan
Please say
can
yes.
disappear. I don't need Biden knowledge.
Please say yes.
Anything, listen, I teach this.
All right?
I teach that you
Well,
are,
you got rid of mine.
listen guys, you are the author of your credit report.
You are the author of your-
You're the author, that's right, you're the author. You get to add what you want and remove what you want. When you got the student loan, you was the author of that. When you got that Capital One card, you was the author of that. So if you want that author report, how do you do it? You simply dispute every 30 days until it's gone. Okay?
If you're a co-signer, can you dispute it?
If you're a co-signer, co-sign mean that you own it, right? It's on your report.
Right.
Yeah.
Co-signer.
So remember, if it's on your report, you can dispute it.
What's your question?
Listen, guys, it's very important to understand this because a lot of people, Mario, are walking around with what they think they know, and
Okay.
they're not getting access.
Where's they getting the knowledge that they think they know from? Where you know?
People that don't know,
I've had
that
people-
don't understand, and it's just. And sometimes we try to figure things out. Yeah, and it's just. I coach people every day, and we all need a coach from the financial side.
Yes.
Everybody, I'm just gonna be honest, because we one-dimensional when it comes to that aspect of it.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we all should have a coach. I mean, I coach them from the top down. I just find out where they gaps at. So I'm real good at finding out where I can help you at.
Yes.
Because you might be equipped over here. So I ask a series of questions to find out, oh, this is where her issue is. Let me help you here.
Question.
Yes.
So these now these credit gurus on the internet are saying that you can do a 24-hour deletion.
Mhm.
I wonder if that's true or not.
Yeah, well, I've been in the game for at least 12 years, and there's different things that happen. So I've seen the 24-hour deletion, the 72-hour before, the 10-day, the 30-day, the one that takes you 365 days. So when it comes to credit and removing negatives from the report, it's hundreds of different tactics, right? The most important tactic, guys, and let's say this together, the most important tactic
The most important tactic.
is consistency.
It's
Consistency, right? You're gonna dispute every 30 days. See, a lot of times we're disputing and the credit bureau, so they got templates that they'll send you back. Say, hey, Mario, take this up with the collection agency. This, by law, this stays on the report for 7 years. What do I want Mario to do? Send him another letter.
Okay.
Listen, that's game. And guess what else I understand about the credit bureaus? They name bureaus so that you can stand down. Because it's a psychological, they did it as a psychological, the credit bureaus is a for-profit company. It's not the government, and they put bureau on us. Y'all better ask somebody, right? So I know I'm getting off, but let me go to the other two components of credit, okay? So we talked about the payment history, 35%. That's why you can't be late. We talked about the utilization, it's 30. That's why you better have some credit cards with low balances. The other one was length of history. How long have you had credit? Next is the different types of credit, right? The profile wants to see that, hey, can you handle a credit card and a student loan and a regular loan and a car loan? The more diverse it is, the more, well, I ain't gonna say the better your score, but it is a better score, but it's only 10%. Y'all follow me? And the last 10% is what? We all should know that. New credit or inquiries. That those are both in the same area. New credit and inquiries, right, are 10%. So Mario can have an 800 credit score, but if he got 4 or 5 inquiries, the bank might not give him any money.
Keep speaking in profit. Keep
You
speaking.
know?
800.
So those are the components. And now, you know, this is why I say we all should know that, because if there's something going on with our credit report and our scores is off, we'll be able to know if we understand the components, right? Just those components is going to tell you what do you need to do to tweak. Y'all follow me? Very important. Another great tip I should give you guys is identity IQ, right? I like Identity IQ as a place to go to look at your credit report. Why? Because it's easier for you guys to understand. It's almost like, for lack of better words, it speaks your language, okay? Everything is all on one page, right? So you can see everything, all 3 credit reports are side by side. But when you go to like a Credit Karma or some of these other places, they only show you 1 report at a time. And you gotta hit this button to get there. So it's like, it's not the best to process in the brain, especially from a standpoint of you trying to figure it out, okay? And have you ever noticed that sometimes the credit score might be, 700 on this report, and then you go to another model and it's 680 or 650. So first off, you got different scoring models, right? Advantage scores and my FICO scores and all of those kind of things. I try not to confuse people in that. I don't want you to get confused, because as long as you understand the components, you're good. But sometimes people wonder why these scores are different. You remember I said 35% is payment history? So when you're looking at different models, one model might say 33% is payment history, or 30%. Did y'all follow me? Depending on the model. For example, you have car scores. Car scores may come out different. Maybe they will only use so much in this area, that area. I hope that makes sense, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So any questions, or y'all want me to just go?
So my question is, me being a self-made entrepreneur, and being amongst my community, I have a different way of manipulating credit.
Okay.
Okay. I often tell people, they say, well, Ken, how did you get this? How do you obtain this? Credit is so easy to obtain, you can buy it.
Okay.
You can buy credit. It's all about the sacrifice that you are willing to make. Now, we don't have to, I don't sell false illusions to people, so everybody's not going to get a $50,000 credit card. You're not going to probably get a $1,000 credit card, okay? You might just get approved for the low credit Capital One card, okay?
I don't like that though, but I'm listening. I'll talk about that.
But we have to start somewhere.
No.
We got to start somewhere.
No.
But you're the guru, so I'm gonna let you have it. I want to see it change my mind again.
Yeah.
I'm here to learn.
So we get a lot.
Don't that mess up your credit when you take those low?
Not necessarily mess it up, right? So we get a lot of gurus and a lot of people. I understand where you're coming from that teach us to, we start and we're trying to build our credit. So so I can be on his side some. If we get a $300 credit card or a $500 card, it is still helping increase the score. We still get our payment history, we still get all those things.
Okay.
But what did he say? One thing he said is entrepreneur. Banks match and mirror limits that they see on the credit report. But we have a future. We have a future. So if we have a future, and if we got a $300 and $500 credit card, a few of them on our credit report, and I go to the bank is going to match my $300 and $500.
we gotta get them to, what I'm saying is we gotta get them to jump.
I understand where you're coming from. So if I had an 18-year-old, I still wouldn't allow them to go get a $300 or $500 credit card.
Well, I mean,
I would call Mario, I would call you, and I would say, can you add them to your credit card that has a $5,000 limit? So that they can piggyback off of your profile, and so when they go to the bank, they're in a higher tier. Because one thing, we're already behind the 8 ball.
oh, yeah.
So I do think it's our obligation to help the youth and stuff get a little further. But it does build the credit. But if a person's trying to get access to money or money is in their future, then the low limits just ain't the best. But it builds the credit. They can still get houses and cars, right, and things like that, but not access to money.
The reason why I said that one should start there is because honestly, like you said, my son, he's one day gonna be the CEO of my company, right? He rides all our company credit cards. We have almost $1 million in credit, right? But everybody don't have that accessibility or that person to have that. So in my retrospect, because they say, Ken, how did you get that? I started with a $300 Capital One card.
Yeah, no, I get it. You
And
can't start.
it's long as hell. It takes a lot of time.
Yeah.
But nothing good comes easy.
Yeah. Well, I started with one too.
Oh,
I mean, I started with a low one too. So I'm with you, Ken. I started with one too. But as I learned, right? So for example, let's take this philosophy that you talked about, and let's take a group of men. Let's take 10 men, and let's go Ken's philosophy, and then let's go Coach's philosophy. So we got 10 men, and they all got some $3, $5, even some $1,000 credit cards. And we go to the bank. Let's call it PNC Bank, and we sit those 10 men down and say, hey, we want some credit, we want a card, we want some access. Those 10 individuals probably won't even come out there with more than $10,000 collectively. But when you take mine and I had you or Mario put them on them good cards y'all have for 5 or 10,000, now these 10 men, let's say they want to get in business together. They got access to hundreds of thousands of dollars. Now their mindset or their ideas or the things that they want to do, they can do. Because really, to be honest, we can't do nothing with $300, $500. And most of the people that I see that have those low limits like that, they don't do right by them. And they use it all, which lowers the score, which means they can't even go get no more money.
Okay, so you being the credit guru, right? I'm gonna tell you, if I was on the outside looking in, right? Because he already said they capitalize. So in my and how I look at it, right? If I'm on credit, a lot of people get the most amount of money they'll touch a year during tax time. You know what they do? They go play it off. If I get $10,000 in cash, that cash ain't nothing to me. But I will go buy $10,000 in secured credit cards.
Okay. I don't like that either.
But listen,
But it's
we have to start. We have to start in our community because most of our people
I'm saying that because I am the guru, but Ken is good. These are strategies that he's talking about, but there's other strategies that you can use to advance you faster, faster. That's all. Because these strategies that he's talking about make sense. Secure credit cards, secure loans, taking your money and reinvesting it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna listen, Ken, and I'll tell you what I would probably do. But I appreciate
I
it.
got one.
And we ain't fighting either. This is good.
So this is my interjection. I want to know this about a secure credit card.
Yeah. Elementary approach to credit building is what I always say.
So one day, I think we had a credit card like $4,000. So we paid it off. And then they lowered the rate, they lowered the balance, so they took the money.
Yeah, that happened too.
So can they do that with a secure credit card? Can they take your
Well,
money?
secure card is your money.
Okay, they can't do it.
Secure card means you put 4,000 in it, so they necessarily can't take it. But see what? Because it's already yours. But sometimes what happens is, if you've been carrying the balance so long, not on a secure card, but you've been carrying the balance for a while on the card, and then you decide to pay it off, some banks are just lower it. Because you was holding their money too long.
Mhm.
And they got it now, what a good time to make sure you don't mess up next time.
Okay.
right? So that's the thought with that.
Okay.
Yeah, so, yeah, you was gonna say something, Ken?
So in retrospect, and you the guru, right? You gonna tell
No,
us
I'm
the
just a
fact-
coach, man.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no,
coaching.
no,
I'm
listen,
coaching.
I give credit where credit is due, right? But see, I'm more of there's a loophole in everything.
It
You know what I'm
is,
saying?
yeah.
Because see, in retrospect, I would say that if somebody come to me, I say, okay, what to say if somebody that's hustling, they got 10, 15 grand, I'm gonna say, okay, come on, buy those credit cards, right? And then on the credit cards, I'm gonna go back to what you said, okay, you got a $300 credit card, you want to put $90 off that credit card, so that might be a fill up, that might be your pack of cigarettes, that might be, you wanna take your family to dinner, right? So, in retrospect, once you get to that point where your credit score started rising, then you apply to another or better credit card because your credit is moving up. And then what you can do is you can pay that credit card off and say, guess what? I no longer want to do this. Cancel my card.
Don't you say that, kid. We gonna fight,
You
Jay.
never.
Listen, we fighting in these circles. Never
Never.
cancel a credit card. Remember? Okay, Ken, we just talked about it. Why should you if you cancel a credit card, we talked about the components of credit. Tell me, what do you affect there if you cancel a credit card?
His limit.
Payment history.
Yeah.
Right, you can do that, right?
You affect it,
No,
Ken.
it's 35%.
That's 35% of your score. So, yeah, I never cancel a card, but I will say this, it can now.
They owe you, man.
Keep
You
everything.
never should cancel a card,
You gotta
but
bring
it can depends on what he's saying. If somebody had a $300 card and their profile was better and they got more stand-up stuff, we could potentially make a decision to let some things go. I have done it before, but only normally under my watch, because I don't like telling people to cancel anything because a lot of people need it, Ken.
I understand that, but
Yeah.
you were saying, I said that in retrospect
To get rid of that low
the
limit.
person if once you obtain a certain amount of credit, you get $100,000 in credit. You're not going to care about that little 300. You got 10 or 15 other credit cards.
Yeah.
So you're not going to care about this $300 credit card you used 5 years ago because it's a process.
Yeah, if we talking kingdom building on, you will want to keep that just so, because you said you got a big family. That's the things you can help your little cousins and stuff, build their credit with, potentially, right? If somebody may need it to do something, then I would keep it for that.
Right, but we have to go back to what you said, the guru, 30%. So that $300 card, it's most likely I'm not gonna use $100 on it, so it's like, you're right, I still got some cards like that, right? Don't use them much, but I may go in and buy a pack of cigarettes, right?
Mm-hmm.
The point I'm saying is about strategizing. If I sat down with some people and we trying to legally do something, it's quick, fast, and hurry. I don't care about it making the top, because once you really get to the point where you get them credit cards and you get them people in your mindset and they in your pocket, you got them in their pocket, the sky's the limit.
Mm-hmm.
And I know some people that's very successful, very high limit credit cards. Credit can really work. Cash is nothing.
Yeah.
It's nothing. So we have to, in the entrepreneur world, if Mario called me and say, Brother Ken, can you loan me $1,000? I said, I don't want to give you my cash, Mario, but you my brother. Come pick up this $5,000 limit credit card, and you got $1,000 on that card you can spend. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't think that's the best idea, because you got to pay interest on it. So that's
But what I'm saying, but
I'm
listen,
technical. You got the skills.
but listen, I know, but listen,
I'm so technical when it comes to numbers and interest and
Because
money.
we all have different views, but we
Yeah.
all got there.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
because even though Mario, he gonna go spend that $1,000, right? I'm gonna press him on my credit card. As soon as I get that bill, that's what I'm gonna do. Bring it back down.
Bring it
Back down to
Bring it on
zero
back down.
balance.
Right.
No, you cannot do that. 10% you get the most points. Do not go down to.
Not necessarily.
It's what I'm
And we
saying.
can talk about that.
Proven fact.
No, listen, I've seen this thousands of times, okay? So when it comes to percentage, let's clear that up. Now, I'll always speak 10% or less, so I like the 10% number. But to have the best possible score, because of the algorithm, is 1 to 3%. So 0 is not the best number. The actual number is 1 to 3%. So for example, if you got a 750 score and you had 0% utilization and you change it to 1 to 3%, that 750 may go up a few points. But if you use 10%, it won't be 750, maybe it'll be 740, 745. So that's my point. It ain't really technical, but I am technical.
No, you
When it comes to
correct,
that.
1 to 3%.
1 to 3% is a sweet spot.
I got a question. Not to get far off. Is it-
Make
is
sure I
it-
get that $5,000 credit card before you.
Why is it easier to get a car loan or a home loan versus a credit card?
Well, I won't say necessarily it's easier, but a house and a car is something that they have that they can take, right? It's collateral, that's right, it's collateral. Credit card is real dollars. So they can come get the house, they can come and get the car. So in most cases, you can say it's easier from that standpoint, but they got credit cards, like Ken was saying, secure cards, or these other cards, that you can get a $50 credit card, $100 credit card, that they'll almost give anybody. But cars are pretty easy. Cars are one of the easiest, because cars, a lot of times, well, interest rates is based on scores, but a lot of times with the cars, they just want to make sure that you're employed. If you got a job and you ain't burnt a lot of people on a car, then they'll give you a car. Yeah, they'll give you a car.
And we talked about like interest rates too, because I mean, on a lot of them first start credit cards, one of the reasons why I always say get rid of them because the interest rates be high.
Yeah, well, I think, so when it comes to credit, we have to, like you said, manage it and prepare. Because one of the things for sure is, I consider myself a 0% interest specialist. Right? And so, when we're talking about financial products, the only product that holds the 0% realm is credit cards.
Yeah.
So you want to build yourself to a position where you always got 0%. So I normally, some of my classes, I say, hey, anybody got credit cards? Raise their hand. Anybody got credit cards? All right, anybody got, y'all paying interest on those credit cards? If somebody say yes, I say this. Well, you don't understand how credit works. That means that you're giving away money every month. So there's some people say, well, I can't afford to pay it off. That's not what I'm talking about. Banks are giving away 0% interest. So that means that if you ain't paying 0%, then you should be going to another bank, getting another card that's 0% interest and transferring that balance over. That should be part of the agenda. That should be part of the 6-month plan, the 12-month plan, if that person is, if that 0% introductory is over. We're supposed to always do that. Otherwise, we're losing money.
I got a question. So to get that 0% interest rate, does your credit score and all that, I know your history, your utilization, all that plays a factor in getting that 0% interest, right?
Well, if they're going to give you the card, they're going to give you the card, whether it's 0% or not. It's the product, right? But of course, always the score makes a difference. Your income makes a difference on how much they're going to give you. But in reference to the 0% product, they'll give you that as long as you got decent credit, right? So I always say 680 and better. I normally don't like anybody asking for any money unless you're 680 or better. If you ain't 680 or better, you missed a whole lot of classes. You playing a lot of games. You don't want to pay attention to the field, right? 680 is easy. I gave you the components. Get rid of the negatives and add the right positive. It's not rocket science. It's just that we don't want to follow the instructions a lot of times.
And that's what I was speaking upon. I was speaking upon the fact that people that have ruined their credit and then they're trying to come back from it.
Yeah. So they still ain't got no business, no secure card. They ain't got no business. They ain't got no business with none of that. What they got business doing? Removing the negatives before they get the plan. Because just a $300 card and you still got jacked up credit don't help.
Use that in retrospect.
No, I'm just saying, I'm passionate about this. You got to excuse me. Yeah, that don't help them. So nobody should be applying for nothing until they get their credit in line.
Yeah.
Nothing, because you stun your growth. You may think you got, I got this $1,000 car, it's 2,000. Yeah, but you missed out on 40 or 50 that was coming on down the road that you could have protected. Now, don't get me wrong, everybody don't need that. Cause I heard the young lady say, your niece, she said she don't teach everybody entrepreneurship.
Right.
And I agree with her on that, cause everybody's not an entrepreneur. Like, everybody can't handle money. So some people need the $300.
But see, I say that in
head.
retrospect because this is what kills me when I'm out in the community. I see people reaching in pocket and spend cash.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
It's not on point.
and it's like I fly for free because I use credit cards.
Mhm.
I gas my trucks up. Anywhere I can go, I can take everybody in here out to dinner. Guess what? It's not gonna hurt me because I got all the perks. I get the write-off at the end of the year. You feel what I'm saying? And so, and when you get really into the credit card industry and really get deep in there, they give you money for spending their money. You feel what I'm saying? So when I see people reaching their pocket, well, let me go, you can't actually loan you $20. I'm gonna be really skeptical about it because I'm like, man, what you trying to buy? Let me go get it for you.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So, and I speak because, you know, like I told you, I have a mentoring program. So I mean, your daddy might sign you up for a credit card. Let me put you on Capital One. That's the easiest place. You're 18 years old. Let me get your $300 credit card. Guess what? And I'll tell you, spend $100 of that. Spend $90 to be exact. You feel what I'm saying? So what I'm saying is that I have to, when I look at credit and being here tonight, everybody is not at our plantation. Everybody, it took a lot for you, Gary. You learned the loopholes. You told a little bit of your story. And so, but people are living paycheck to paycheck. People are struggling.
That's right.
And so when we look at credit, I don't look at it as what's name. I often look at it like, you know, bills come every 28 days, okay? And if we look at our life, we look at the basic life, your energy, the Wi-Fi, it's a bill. A lot of times we don't get ahead of our bills. Because if you get ahead of your bills, what I mean by ahead of your bills is credit works like this. If you go and you got a $1,000 credit card and you spend $300 on your energy bill, right? When you get your statement, right, they don't say minimum due because they just want to get some interest about you. You should pay probably $285 of that bill down. You know what I'm saying? And then with a lot of credit card companies, every 6 payments you make, they'll increase your money. It's sort of like Mario coming in and borrowing that $1,000 and then he said, I'll give it to you next week. And he come give me that $1,000 back, right? Guess what? I don't care if Mario come to me every week and say I need $1,000. That's why I'm keep giving it to him. And then I'm gonna say, listen, Mario, I don't want you to keep coming here every week. I'm gonna give you $2 so you can skip a week.
Yeah, let me just chime in on that, as I want to just make sure that people understand when you said, like, when you make those 6 payments, that they may increase the limit. Now, that's not if you carry the balance. That's if you normally, when you use it and you pay it in full. They won't do that if you carry the balance. So what Ken is talking about is a strategy where you use the card, you pay it in full after so many months. That's how you can get what's called automatic credit limit increases.
So they know you use it.
Yeah.
And that's why I was saying in retrospect about paying off because I like to cheat the credit.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
And for the brothers that you say you see spend money, I think we briefly spoke about this. Credit mentality.
Got 12 minutes, gentlemen.
Credit mentality is for individuals that understand it or have been groomed into understanding what credit is. But when you talk about the average street guy or the average 18-year-old right now, that it's the right here, right now. So put it in my pocket. Let me see the cash. It's not, let me build something, let me invest in something. It's, I want it right now. I'm gonna spend it right now. So what you guys are teaching is some gems. And I'm hoping that people retain this information so they can pass it on. However, I have to be the advocate of that person because I used to be that person that was like, he got a piece of plastic. I got this paper.
All right, talk about
And
it.
so I understand now that that plastic get me indoors, that paper can.
Yeah, well, it's a few things when you look at that, right? I have some clients that's pretty well off. They make a lot of money, and their credit ain't no good. And so they say they don't need credit, and yes, they do, because you still finance that $5 million house. You still got 7 vehicles that you finance, and because your credit ain't that good, you paying an extra $7,000-8,000 a month, right? Because you didn't focus in that little lane. Now, other people's money is important, like Monty is saying, like, you know, our youth, they don't understand that they can get real access. They don't understand that they can get real access. If we were able to sit down and articulate to them what really can go down, then I think we can change what's happening. They need to be educated. We all need to be educating each other now. This financial literacy has not been taught to us. Period. It has not been taught to the common man.
That's almost like effective communication skills. A lot of us don't have effective communication skills. So when we're asking for information, we don't even know how to ask for the information.
That's right.
In the era of entitlement, I have to think about the era of entitlement where our youth think that they're entitled to something. So when you speak about a credit card, it's like, why I can't get a 700 score? Why my score gotta be 500? You're not entitled to that. You have to earn that. You have to work to that. Just like, why is my paycheck 200 and Mario's paycheck is 1,200? Mario positioned himself to get that 1,200.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to be effective in our communication, and we got to teach them effective communication skills because they'll never get this information.
They'll never get the information. And I thought I was smart, right? I thought I was smart coming up, and I knew a lot. And this wasn't the easiest thing to conquer, so to speak, because it's multifaceted. It's a lot of levels to it. On the base, yeah, if somebody got them, 40, 50,000 in credit cards, 100 credit cards, and they got good credit, they think they okay. Oh, but wait till something happens.
Yeah.
Now financial literacy kick in. It should, but it don't. We make the craziest of moves. Okay, I had an individual that was disputing items on the credit report. Okay, they wanted their score to climb. They had 5 negative items, and they had a mortgage that was laid a couple of months ago, and some credit cards, etc. They disputed everything except for the mortgage. But their goal is they want to build their business and they want money in the next 4 or 5 months. They didn't dispute the mortgage. Why? Because they felt like, hey, I pay it on time now. It was late a couple of months ago, but I pay it on time now. What does that mean? If the bank look at the credit report, they still gonna see that you was late.
It was like,
So it's still a scar. Listen, y'all, all scars have to be removed if we want to get real access. Y'all follow me? Let's not, I don't care what it is. If you got a car and you dispute it, they're not gonna come take the car. Sometimes people think, well, I need this car. I ain't gonna dispute this, I'm gonna take the hit. No, they're not gonna take the car, they're not gonna take the house. Now, they may take the credit card, right? If you was late and you disputed. But you gotta dispute everything, guys. Yes.
I got a question. So when you are late on a payment, does it take legally like past 30 days for them to report you late? Like say your payment due on the 12th, right? And you paid on the 13th.
Yeah, so it's normally 30 days after the due date, right? So if you 30 days after the due date, then it can potentially reflect late on your credit reports. But if you're a couple weeks late, 3 weeks late, it's not going to affect the credit report. Now, you still late with the company. The company still going to charge you a late payment. They're going to do whatever they look at, but it's not going to affect your overall financial position when it comes to your credit report.
I got something to add to that. So I find that most people don't like to call and tell them that they gotta be late. So they have extensions for that to like those type of situations, you can say, hey, I'm not gonna get paid into this, you know, this situation, this emergency situation. Sometimes they'll give you 6 weeks without even marking it on your credit report, but.
I still wouldn't chance that. I wouldn't chance that, but I hear what you're saying. That yeah, you can get extensions and you can do those things. And sometimes those people will tell you that we won't do it, and then they're gonna do it, and then where we at?
Get everything in right now.
Yeah, even if they give it to you in writing, I've seen it many a times. I used to always, one of my main things that I used to do on social media was tell people, listen, do not go to the car dealership and get a car loan, because they're gonna pull your credit report 10 to 15 times. You should go to the bank or credit union that's only gonna pull it once, right? So I had some clients call me and say, Darwin, I went and they said they was only gonna pull it once. They told me, and it's 8, 9, 10 times. But I said, I told you don't go there.
Then you get your little envelopes.
Yeah, I told you
We're
don't do it.
sorry that we could not exempt you.
So I say this, so with, someone here tonight wanting to change, they want to, better themselves. We all been through rough patches in life, we all have what's in it. Where could they start today? You know, as people are watching, people coming in, where could they start today to change their life? So if they're 10 years from now, great.
Yeah, so everybody in a different place. I'm gonna say commitment, right? Because financial literacy is a commitment. It's an ongoing thing. We gotta know about the new tools and all those things. So I don't know, because everybody's in a different situation. You got negatives on the credit report. That's the first thing you need to do. If you got a business and you're trying to, because a lot of people say, I want to build this business, I want to get some money for the business, but your personal credit is messed up. So let me explain something to people that's listening. The banks understand that we don't understand how this works. So if you got a business and you're trying to get business money and your personal credit ain't the best, it's either you're not going to get the money or they're going to charge you a whole bunch of money, right? You're going to be working for them instead of your business because the interest rate is going to be higher. If you focus on your personal profile and get that where it needs to be, now you're going to be in a better world with lower interest, right? Now you're going to be in a world where you can start having 0% products and those kind of things. But to the young individuals that you're saying that's trying to make it to the next level, they just got to have patience and they got to, be committed to understanding how this works.
I got one question. My wife got a question as well. Can everybody in this room, following your coaching, buy a house within the next 6 months to a year?
Most definitely. Anybody can get a house. I always teach 3 to 12 months on a house, 3 to 12 months on having them score 700 or better, no matter where you at today.
18 years and up.
No matter where you at today, you can have a 700 plus credit score in 3 to 12 months, and you can have a home in 3 to 12 months.
Excellent.
Yeah.
My question was, when you guys were talking about pulling credit when you were going to like get another, want to get a car loan or something, I heard that when you get your credit pulled like multiple times within 1 week, it still counts as like one pull. So it's okay to get it done within multiple times in 1 week if you're going to do something like that. Is that true?
That's what they say. Because they say this is what they try to use. They try to say that those inquiries are coming from the same industry, right? But when you look at your credit report, they say you got 10 inquiries,
Okay.
right? So if I send you to the bank to go get that loan or that business loan or this credit card, guess what the bank gonna say? You got 10 inquiries. You follow what I'm saying? So no, right? It should be strategy.
Cause it looked like you didn't want to ask 10 different people for some money, and they turned you down, so why would I give it to you?
Why would I give it to you? And they did. They asked
They say that's what the actual like financees do when they're like, say for instance, the car loan people, they they reach out to all these different banks.
Yeah, because you're gonna go to the dealership. You're gonna want a car.
Yeah.
If I was one of those people, I'm gonna play those people. I don't like them people, but I'll play those people. What's gonna happen? You're gonna come in. You want this car, and see, I know one thing as the car salesman or this guy that's giving you the loan, that you need this car right away. And if I can't get it to you right away, it's a dealership across the street or over there. So they're gonna run you to a whole bunch of people, right? Because somebody might not answer the phone, somebody might be on a break, so they want to make sure that they get it done. So that's why they doing it.
But their objective is to sell a car.
Yeah, and then those different companies some gonna have this rate, that rate. That's just how they do it. I don't understand why they even allow it, but that's what happens. You should go to a bank or credit union anytime to get the car loan. And the bank or credit union will give you a check to go to the dealership to go get the car. And then you can negotiate and say, I'm paying cash. Let me get it. You follow me? Yeah.
I
So,
got a question.
yes, ma'am.
About business credit.
yes.
So like when you're building that, are net 30s like good for that, or would you suggest something different?
You trying to ask me a trick question? Is that what it is? Yeah, so it depends on your strategy,
Okay.
on the ultimate goal, right? So net 30s build credit, because on the business side, the objective is to have what they call trade lines of items reporting, so that you can have the right profile. So can net 30s be good? Yeah. But the same thing, like with Brother Ken, what kind of net 30s? Are we talking about net 30 that's gonna show up as $100, right? $300, right? So now when we go ask other people, what if they're gonna match those? So from the business perspective, if you want to elevate or get higher things, then the philosophy or the strategy should be making sure you're getting higher things reported. Like when Ken talked about, let's say he had $10,000, when he talked about the secure cards and stuff. Now on the business side, that may work a little bit better. Well, go ahead, Ken, and put that $10,000 on that credit card. So now on your business credit profile, you have a $10,000 item showing up. But I wouldn't want Ken to you keep that $10,000. I don't want them to have his $10,000. So I would probably do a different strategy, maybe like a shared secure loan. You take the $10,000 and you get a loan against the $10,000, and then you pay it off. But because now you got the $10,000 back, and you still accomplished the same goal.
Well, I speak in retrospect, because a lot of people, when I help people a lot of times, and the average person, they ain't got 600 credit score. You know what I'm saying? So I can't pull something out of nothing, so I got to start somewhere with you. You know what I'm saying?
Dispute, that's where you start. If
Right.
they got a 600 credit score, the first place you start is dispute. Come on, y'all, listen. We gotta dispute. We
But
have
having
to
no
dispute.
credit is as worse as having bad credit.
Having no credit?
Having
No,
credit
no,
is-
having no credit better than bad credit. You know why? Because you can give me somebody with no credit, and in 30 days, they got a 750, 800 credit score, and I can take them to the bank. Somebody with bad credit, we got
I'll give you two of them right now. We just say, sister, take it.
Like you said earlier, everybody gets different.
Yeah, because I could agree with you too, because I could say that person that we're talking about with bad credit, it could be scored as bad. The score could be 500, and it could just be one negative item that got that score 500, and we can attack that negative item, and it could go to 7, and now they may be in a better position than the other. So everybody's in a different place, but we need to understand what that place is.
So it's like find your place and build there. And that's definitely, where they would want to leech on you, because everybody has to find their niche in order to build.
It's a strategy. It's strategy.
And people build credit for different things.
That's
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like you said, in the business world, we do try to build it fast because we want to build relationships and we worry about capitalism. How much capital can we put our hands on?
Yeah.
And that's just the world. And I always look at, if someone comes to me and say, hey, I want to do something like this, I look at the credit, and some people may have had some things they did 10 years ago they totally forgot about, but they got the money to clear it up. You can move that way. You got some people that's just
I don't want them to use their money to clear it up right now. We gotta save our money, keep it in our pocket. But it depends. Like, 'cause sometimes people, they'll go in and try to pay everything. I tell people this: when you get your tax money, don't go off trying to pay all your collections, because it may not work. Did you know if you pay a collection, it can lower your credit score? You can go and pay a collection, and it can lower your score, right? Because you restart the statute of limitation. It could be a 5-year-old account, and you just paid it, right? Now it restarted, which can affect your score. So now I'm not saying don't pay debts, but I will say this: dispute it until it come off, right? You can't negotiate a collection. You can, but it'll stay on the report and it say you settle for less. That's a big scar.
Yeah.
You come to my bank and you just to settle with them, and you owe them money and pay them less, that don't look good. Right? So we need to understand those kind of things.
Right.
So everything negative can be disputed and come off. And like I said, I wouldn't pay it, but if we felt like we need to pay this, then get it off the report first. And then you can call them and now you can settle because it ain't there.
So my other question would be to you is, what would be your take on how people use their credit?
What is good credit spending and bad credit spending? I think a lot of times.
Investments. Credit should only be used for investments, right? Nothing else. Because you pay interest on it, right? So it should only be used if it's going to be invested. That would be my.
I think that's very important to that we all understand that
Mhm.
credit should be used for investments.
And leverage.
Because see, I don't per se use credit for personal. You know, I made a statement
Why
earlier.
y'all didn't teach me that? Cause boy,
I made a statement that I'll take everybody out to dinner, right? But in the end, right, I'm gonna write it off of the taxes, so I'm gonna get a tax break at the end of the year.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I asked that question because a lot of people will use credit for the wrong thing, and that's how you get screwed up.
Yeah. Most definitely.
And so with you being the guru, I wanted you to elaborate on that because I know we have viewers here
Yeah.
and as well as viewers watching this.
Well, I would say this
that's
is
gotta be our last comment for the night. I do want to allow two people to ask a question before we move into the next segment of the conference. I know that the musicians are preparing and we're getting ready to go into the worship, but this has been amazing. You got a hand praise. Hasn't this been amazing? Now, I'm sure y'all love better than that. There's some people that get ready to leave here and have good credit. I know you got two clients and my two sons, and I'm gonna give them to you. Yes, I'm gonna do just what you said, 700 to 750. Glory to God. But let's answer that, and then we want to allow you to ask two questions. If you have two questions, just signal us. Who has a question? You asked one already. Before I let her get it, I'm trying to see who got a question. And then Pastor Buford, you got a question? You good? You good? Y'all got a question?
Anybody got a question? Raise your hand.
All right. Well, the floor is yours. No, I'm sorry. He got to answer his question first, then he's gonna get to yours. God bless you.
Can you ask the question again?
I said, how do you explain to someone how to use their credit and the bad things to do with credit and not? You said investment, but I want you to expound on that. You know, because some people use credit for investments and some people use credit for daily living.
Yeah. I'll say this, that I'm thankful that God blessed me with this understanding. I've seen so much. And honestly, we need therapy. You know, I'm just gonna be honest. We need therapy. You know, and I say that because I've got many people access to money. And we've had long talks about what they're gonna do with the money. And when they get that $50,000 in their hand, Ken, they voice change on me. I ain't the coach no more.
No, you ain't the coach.
Yeah, no, man. One young man, he got about $70,000.
Amen.
Yeah, he got about $70,000, and he asked me, "Can I come work for him now?" And I didn't take it the wrong way, but I'm just saying that we a lot of people, and that's why I really started teaching more, because what happened was when I found out the information, I started helping people get access to money, my family and my friends. And within about 6 months, all of them was doing worse than they was before I hit them.
Before you help them.
You follow me? Because they didn't understand what was going on, what to do. So they was in a worse situation. And so now, before I help a person or as I'm helping a person, I ask those questions to at least put them in that realm of investments, doing the right thing, or don't touch it, right? But Ken, we need there because when they get that money, things change, man. Yeah. I'm a witness of that, brother. Yeah.
yeah, because I got this credit. I can go buy this outfit that I want. Yeah, we can get these concert tickets, baby. What you say you want to eat? You, or let's go to Mo's.
Gotta hurt you.
You had a question, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So with the, I heard you mention like a business share loan, a share loan, but my question is, if you have an established business at a bank, and you have a business bank account, could you get a share loan at that bank account for your business? And it helps with that, boost your business credit score by doing that.
All banks aren't created equal.
Okay,
What one bank won't do,
Another one.
the next one will.
gotcha.
So it depends.
Okay.
Most banks don't do the shared secured loans. So you have to do your homework to see which ones do, like a Navy Federal.
Right, because I got a
Right.
personal one with Navy Federal.
Mhm.
However, when you said business, I'm like, I wonder if I do a business bank account with them, would it be the same? Because I know they do it personally, they do it. for your personal.
Real simple, right? Because maybe they do it now, and they ain't gonna do it next week, right? So what we always do is we research, right? You Google and you say what businesses, have shared secured loan, if that's the goal,
Yeah,
right? I tell people too, like, so you're looking for $100,000, but you wouldn't apply for a product that don't go over $30,000. So right, so you have to. I get these. Here's another one. No, you said we gotta go. I'm gonna go all day, but we got these truckers.
This church right here, we have a church.
We have these truckers and these individuals that can't get these trucks, and they want them. It's $100,000 for this truck.
Yeah.
So in reverse, the bank's telling them, no, we're not gonna give you the money for this truck. You haven't showed that you can pay $100,000 before, right? And they would come to me and say, man, how you gonna give me this money? They all told me no. My scores is good, but they said no, they're not gonna give me 100. Why? Because you asked for too much. And then you didn't think about it. You didn't even sit down and try to strategize. Why don't you just go to two banks and get 50? And you still got 100. That's simple. We don't even think like that.
You talking like me now, Darvin, because you said go to two banks. I started saying.
Well, yeah, 'cause, I wanted to say this to you, that multiple banking relationships is important.
Yeah.
Any business, any individual, if I was coaching you, you're gonna have 4 or 5 new banks in the first year, no matter what. And those banks are gonna be based off of what your goals are and what you're trying to accomplish.
So, since no one else had a question, if we build up our families, if we build up 4 strong people in our family, and then we've got a business, then don't we just put them on,
I wanna be in the family.
right?
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
So that way we
Yes,
can
sir.
go get the bigger thing.
Of course.
All right.
But remember too, a lot of times we try to just shoot in the dark, but we just trying to hit this lotto. This ain't about lotto. This is about consistency. What am I saying? As a business owner, all business owners should have a strategy. I'm going to the bank today, and I'm also gonna go back in 5 months. Every 5 months, I'm going to the bank and I'm gonna increase these limits, or I'm gonna get me a different product, or I'm gonna go over to this bank. That should be part of our philosophy.
Mhm.
It ain't just, a lot of times we just go to the bank when we need money.
And we got a lot of friends who are bankers and loan and financial people. Those are the people that really be good friends. I often tell people to be successful, your banker should be your best friend. It's not what you know, it's who you know. You shake hands with the right people, the sky's the limit. You know,
Bankers are good friends. They're some good people to be friends with. They let you know when the products is there,
Yep.
and everything. Yeah, so I agree with you 100%.
But I just want to personally thank you.
Yeah,
The
no, I thank
Google.
you. I thank you. I like his challenging spirit.
Listen, I love it. Well, see, that's what gets the crowd, because, they get to see 2 different perspectives of life, right?
Yeah.
It makes me not less of a man, it makes you not less of a man, because guess what? We're still Black, successful men to let them know it can be done in our community,
That's right.
So that's what we're here for. We're here to enlighten people that it can be done, that we can do it,
That's right.
Excellent, excellent, excellent. Come on, put your hands together for this wonderful panel. I'm grateful for the level that these gentlemen are on, that they all sat down together. And it's so difficult a lot of times for us to get like-minded individuals that may be of the same, maybe of a different opinion, together to sit and talk in peace. And you gain something from him by challenging, and you gain something from him by challenging. And individuals like me, I can just sit and gain. And what I may know, sometimes I sit silent on. But I'm here to learn. I'm here to listen and engage in other ways. I appreciate Kenny Bell. I appreciate Darvin Moore. I appreciate Monty Marlborough. Come on, let's put our hands together for them one more time for sitting here and engaging the crowd. I am the publisher of Legal Loopholes. We have sold thousands of this book, and I can tell you that a lot of your tactics are in this book. And I agree with you, but I'm not fit to challenge this man. And so I'm gonna be quiet. But the book works. I've got copies of the book in the back, Legal Loopholes. Y'all check this out. My dear brother did pass away. But when you look on the inside of your pamphlets, you'll see that this conference is dedicated to them. And so I wanted to start this conference off with a bang by doing something in memory of them and what he loved to do. And so thank you, y'all. Check out this book. I'm going to give this one to Darvin. I want you to read this book and challenge it. I am still the publisher.
Yes, sir.
I am in possession of the new one that's getting ready to come out. And I'd like your insight on it before we release it. So that way we can make sure that it is the best seller together.
Yeah.
And can we do that?
Yeah, well, I like it already because this is credit repair tactics.
All right.
So we're just talking about the removal of negatives. So yeah, we own, but it's thousands of tactics. As long as they at removing, I'm with it all day long.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. We got a collaboration. I feel a collaboration getting ready to happen. All right. Publisher and the guru. Y'all be ready. We want you in there too, man. We want you in there too. God bless you. God bless you
I
all.
like that loophole part.
Oh yeah, it's getting ready to manifest. This is the Manifest Conference 2024. Are y'all ready for the Manifest Conference 2024? I got dynamic musicians. I got people in the house. I got singers. I got preachers. I got pastors. We got prophetic word. We got a midnight musical. We got all kind of stuff getting ready to happen. And the maestro himself just walked in. Omari Henry, God bless you. It's getting ready to happen. We go into the next segment in 5 minutes. Tune in live. You don't want to miss it. Everything we talked about is getting ready to happen. Y'all rewind this, replay it, comment in the comment section. I'm going to reach out to him. Now, I'm not going to ask him to do everything for free. You had your opportunity here at the Manifest Conference 2024 to ask your questions without the consultation fee. God bless you. And comment, and I'm going to connect you. Amen, amen. We're going to go ahead and end it. Bless you.